in there, garlic. Yeah, he's getting close. Shall we sting him again?
Wow, these are big. Should have brought the pitchfork over.
There you go.
Larger than almost all of the other garlic, and they grew in a cluster. I can't believe there's still broccoli coming. These broccoli hugelkultur plants here. They just been getting constant water. Ah, yes, I forgot there are some under the nectarine tree here. Oh, not bad for a little cluster. Yeah, there's a bunch over here. Wow, look at all those. It's my garlic chives. My liatris is finally blooming. So gorgeous.
Stop giving back. Honeysuckle, fresh cut grass. I could really use some stuff like that. Talk to me and tell me all that you've seen, all the colors.
Without change, I will let you into my mind's deep. The color that falling tears that have been long asleep. The lights are out and heaven's open. We can be everything we want. Oh, stop the clocks, the bees are humming in between the contrasts of our souls.
So I forgot I had a whole row of garlic in front of my gojis here. Thought I had pulled it all the other day, but that's what happens when you have a bit of a jungle garden. You forget where you plant some things and they kind of get overgrown.
Me restless, waiting for love, waiting for love.
All right, so I'm excited about this onion harvest. I started them from seed, planted them out in early spring with a 6 by 6 inch spacing. And I think next year I might give them just a little bit more spacing.
Come tend the garden with me. We have so many seeds.
This is a scallion. Those are some nice medium and small red onions.
Time to share what we have grown.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm getting these now. For onions, I try to grow the non-hybrid varieties. They're gorgeous.
Everything was groovy.
You know, to get an idea, such a great variety. It is considered like a sweet onion, but they seem to store fairly well. So we got some more reds here. Yeah, now I remember because I had a few red on the end, and so these would be the Walla Wallas here. They did pretty well, a few big ones, but I think the Kelsey outdoes the Walla Walla. Still a nice onion though. I'm going to try to keep my varieties separate actually because I want to replant a few of these. If you save them over winter and they keep all right, you can plant a few in the spring for seed. Yeah, that's a beauty. Last year I did more clusters of 2 and 3 and even 4. You still do pretty well with a large bulbing type of onion. Yeah, I went for just single spacing for the most part this year. Oh, that one's even bigger. Oh, hey, Gumbo. Keep reminding myself that a wasp nest is there, not to walk through there.
Yeah, you'd be sorry, just like last time.
2 rows left. I think these are the Rosa di Milanos. That's pretty good for this size of bed. What is this, about 20 by 3.5, 4? That's a lot of onions. Are you eating cauliflower? What I'm gonna do is hang them because I don't really have space to spread them out, so Just hang them in some bunches, and that'll keep the air flow around them nicely and all that. And they'll dry out nicely. Just too much time to do like a braid or something. I'd like to do that sometime, but it's also overwhelming the garden often, so. So most of these Walla Wallas don't have too much for hanging, so we're gonna just clean them up and basket them. You do want to cut them up a bit high so that they close off and they seal off. You don't want to cut them too close and you'll harm them for storage. Alright, so I brought a few bunches in and hung them up already, but I think I'm gonna call it for the evening. Everything can just stay out for the night, no problem. It's nice and cool, and we'll just finish up in the morning. It also kind of works. These are all like stiff-necked ones, but it works pretty good for these ones, just to kind of stack them gradient like that and then just wrap them as you go. So here I'm harvesting some Elsa Craig. It's a storage variety, just 95 days, and they've sized up quite nicely. It's the first year growing this variety. And we also have some Rosa di Milanos. These ones seem to be a little bit more on the rosy side compared to some of the others. Could be the soil or seed, or maybe I got my varieties mixed up a little bit. Maybe all the other ones were the Rosa di Inverno and these brighter ones are just the Rosa di Milanos. That could be. So this is the final row of onions here. These are Kelsey. These are kind of like my prize ones that I tried to get extra large. I started them in a larger container, about a 3.5 by 6 inch deep container. And for the most part, they did get pretty large, especially that one. A little bit bigger than some of the others, but don't know if I would do that again for the effort. A lot of the other ones got really close in size. So this row of onions was planted in the pathway, as you can see. Did add some compost in here and some fertilizer. I also had a row of garlic on this side, and then we have our box garden of cabbage and broccoli there, and we have beets and tomatoes up here, and some peppers and some Nicotiana as well in there. And I actually did lose a couple to some rot. Also, I noticed with when you're trying to grow really lush, large onions, especially, if you cut the tops, you want to be careful that water doesn't get in there and it'll drain down and kind of rot your neck and the top of your onion out. However, it can be beneficial to cut the tops of your onions. For one, it can help trigger bulb size, and two, you actually get a lot of really great green onion throughout the growing season. You know, you're starting from sets, potentially it's a little easier, but when you're starting from seed, there is more potential for them to get even larger. And if you want to store your onions, it's best to start them from seed. That way you don't get a papery shell inside your bulb that can start rotting out your bulb. They just don't store as long.
and then pouring them in olive oil. Brine varieties, tomato, cherry.
So minty.
Definitely a few really nice ones here, but nothing compared to what I did last year for the Brandywine. Last season, I did an 18-foot row in greenhouse that is torn down now on the south side of this house here. Yeah, I only need so many tomatoes. They're just so fun to grow because there's so many varieties and shapes and colors. I am trying to cut back a little bit now, just really starting to diversify in my crops, really looking into new things to grow. That kind of takes the place of all the tomato fun to some degree. In the south end plot, there's the newly planted broccoli and cauliflower in here. Doing pretty well. We have a scatolone trellis here, San Marzano type. Ooh, peppers are cropping out too. Banana peppers. Oh, these are looking good. Got just a couple clusters ripe. Lots more to come still. Oh, the basil smells amazing in here. This is some holy basil. I always plant some basil with my tomatoes to increase flavor. Oh, there's that mint again. Just this time a different, oh no. Yeah, mint. That's what I was smelling. First smelling the basil and then smelling the mint. Wow, smells so incredible. I love having aromatic herbs, basil and mint just growing around, lemon balm, just for the fragrance in the garden. I always harvest a lot of the mint. I think these are some paprika peppers here and some jalapeno. These are really packed in here. The tomatoes, peppers, a row of carrot, pretty small pathway, and then cucumber. And the suyo are still coming, but the life on the suyo plants themselves, I feel like, is a bit shorter than some other varieties. But these are pretty much my new favorite. They lack the bitter gene, so even in the heat of the summer, they stay nice and sweet. Beautiful cukes here still. Got a couple other San Marzano plants in another location. We'll go grab those next. Look at that beauty. Just had 3 plants in here. Volunteer potatoes are taking off. That squash is growing up the cedar trees over there. Yeah, and these are beauties. Shape on those. These kind of got sidelined a little bit because they got that new variety, the scatolone selection. They're supposed to be a higher selection or something, but these are gorgeous, these straight San Mars. Wow, something's really eating them. Really eating them off. Thank you, tomato plants. Thought I was cutting back every year on tomatoes, but still always have a lot. go grab the others. Joan Flame, San Marzano, Sun Gold, almost the same thing. Scatolone, Brandywine, Black Crimson, and Princep. Just a couple of days have gone by since I picked tomatoes last. Lots of the linguiza are starting to ripen up really nice now as well. Love this variety. Gotta get in here and pick these eggplants. Yeah, there's lots. Oh, I guess I got a green pepper. Everything is a bit of a mess in here. Everything's falling down. Didn't get to propping my peppers up and everything. My eggplants are working out all right. A lot of the peppers are late, but now there's a nice red one. Beautiful Armenian cukes. Gotta try eating this Cucuzza soon. So these are the large Kelseys I have hanging here, and it's been close to 2 weeks now, I think. It's been almost a little bit cool in here for curing, but after 2-3 weeks, I should get them in a darker location, so that'll keep them from sprouting. Some of these are just enormous. Now these are some of the ones I braided when they were green. Turned out all right. So they're Rosa di Inverno, I believe. And some more here. They're just gorgeous. A couple of boxes, some Walla Wallas, lots of garlic, and a bunch still to hang up. Been taking these ones out, the large ones out for seed. Some early squash there. So last night I attempted to braid some more, and this time it worked out much better, way easier when they've been dried out a little bit, when the necks have shrunk down, got a bit more dry, but still malleable. So I just spread a bunch out on my floor, and it's been close to 2 weeks, and then I was able to braid them a lot easier. I think these are the Rosa di Milanos, and these ones are the Elsa Craig. These are storage varieties. And I think some of these are some smaller Kelseys that I selected out. The big Kelseys are just kind of too big to braid, actually, I found. And for the garlic, I grow only the hardtop varieties, so it's pretty hard to braid. You can't really braid hardtop varieties, but they are nice because they have such large cloves in the bulb, about anywhere from 3 to 6, instead of, a lot of little ones, which a lot of the soft top varieties have. But the disadvantage is you can't really braid hardtop varieties, but you can just do what I did here, which is almost as nice. Just kind of cross them back and forth and twine them as you go. So that one worked out really great. I'm gonna do another one of those, I think. Got some spearmint drying up here and a couple more attempts at braiding when they were green. More of just a cluster, but hey, still works, still looks nice.
Summer love.